It's 5 o'clock Mountain Time. It's Thursday. Tom and Shane, business and politics. And today we're going to talk about the U.S. dollar is definitely under attack. And we're going to talk about that. But before we get there, Shane, on Tuesday, President Biden, for whatever reason, must be in a suspended universe or some bizarre alter world. He claims he's going to run again. And we were talking a little bit about it before we went on the air here, and I who yeah, somebody's obviously calling the shots for him because
Yeah,
once
it's
again he had a cheat sheet and the who's going to call on, who are you going to call on, what the question they're going to ask exactly. I
mhm.
mean, they're going to ask the exact question, or otherwise you can't find it, I guess, on the sheet. And I don't know, Shane. This is becoming, if it wasn't so laughable, it's so sad.
Well, yeah. Then he has bring your kid to work day,
Yeah,
and the little kids, like we're talking 1, 2, 3 years old, on their dad's
yeah,
shoulders.
yeah,
He's talking to all of them, and he starts talking about how many grandchildren he can't remember.
yeah,
And then one of the kids said, "Oh, you have 10." And he goes, "Yeah, 10." Oh, okay. Like a 2-year-old knows, he doesn't.
yeah. Well,
And then he started talking about where he was. It was great, and I just
mhm.
got back from, and he can't. And then one of the 2-year-olds on a dad's shoulders goes, "Ireland."
Yeah,
I mean, like a 2 or 3
yeah,
year old just learning to speak knows where he was, and he couldn't tell you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
don't
yeah.
forget your grandchild in Arkansas. Don't
That's right.
forget that one.
This is a drone that is like, yeah, just droning on.
I know.
He's not in charge, and
Yeah.
there's no question now that I know why he tells everyone that his
Mhm.
son is the smartest guy he knows, because
You
that's
know.
who he's listening to.
Yeah.
His son's running the White. That's why he's there all the time. His son's
I
running the White.
I
He
guess.
doesn't have a chief of staff. He has a chief of son.
Yeah.
It's a chief of son. Hey
Well,
son, what do we do now?
well, I don't know. The sun's too high to run anything. So,
That's right.
he's,
Yeah.
like I said, where are the hookers? Uh,
Yeah, yeah, he can't sign anything. It'd just be a straight wiggly line.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, it's really sad. He's obviously any rational person can see he's in obvious cognitive decline. I mean, I'm the same age, and I know what state I'm in. I know what day it is. I know where Ireland is.
And you
if
can
some
actually have a conversation.
if somebody asks me a question, I think I don't need a I don't need a cheat sheet to answer the
No.
question. So anyway,
Not in this age of computers. Like, it's the
I
21st
know.
century, it's all here.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't even use an iPad.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen him with any device, so
No.
maybe they won't let him near a phone or anything else. I'm sure they won't let him have his own phone because you might text Putin to, like
Well,
Reagan
yeah,
said.
and the Air Force, what is it, sergeant or colonel, whatever, carrying
Oh, the
the
secret suitcase.
yeah, the secret suitcase. He keeps saying, why do you have my gym bag here today?
Yeah,
Like,
right. Yeah,
are we going to the gym?
yeah.
Where are we going? Like,
What's that
I don't
deal?
play basketball anymore.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to get back to our topic. The U.S. dollar under attack, Shane, and it certainly is. China and China's made no. They're not even to disguise that they want to be the reserve currency of the world, and they're working hard toward that. And it's uh, they want to be a dominant economic power, and since Xi has made himself president for life, how do you do that, Shane? You just I'm not even president. No more elections. We're done. You know, I'll take
That's
care. I'll
the
take
state
care
of
of
their
you.
politics, baby. We have the same problem here. We've got a guy that's a minority government, but he's got
Mhm,
a small, New Democratic Party, the socialists,
mhm.
that support
Yeah.
him. So that gives him enough votes to
Mhm.
run the country until he has to have an election,
Yeah.
which will be coming within the next year and a
Mhm.
half. So
Yeah.
look, China may want to be the world's dominant economy.
Mhm.
They may want to be
Yeah.
the world's dominant country.
Yeah.
Let them spend the next 50, 70 years, spending trillions elsewhere and building for other country. I keep
Mhm.
telling you this when we have this conversation. look, it's we're too shy short of a quarter century of this one.
Mhm.
And the articles you sent were fascinating, but I just tend to disagree with them. I'm
Mhm.
entitled to do that.
Well, you are, yeah.
I
That's
yeah,
why you're here.
that's right. And I don't see China having
Mhm.
this gigantic
Mhm.
economy in 25 more years by
Mhm.
the middle of the century. I
Yeah.
think it'll
Mhm.
be down like from where it is now because
Mhm.
I expect between 2 or 300 million Chinese will have died in the
Yeah.
next 25 or
Well,
27 years.
I think that would only make them stronger. They'll have more
I don't know.
land, they'll have
No,
more
I
of
don't know.
everything, so
No, there's just more
yeah,
older people that aren't working. I mean, that's where they're
yeah.
at now.
Well, they don't care. They're not gonna take care of them. There's no Social Security in China, I don't think.
No, they
Yeah.
passed laws where,
Mhm.
their children have to take care of them, and they're responsible for their
That's what I
care.
mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, your kids are your your kids are your safety net.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a social net; it's a childhood
Mhm.
net.
Yeah. Well, we've had this BRICS. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The BRICS alliance, for one of another word, I guess. Um, but we've got 20 nations that are ready to sign up with these guys, Shane, against the U.S. dollar. So
Yeah, but that's
13
what
13
you
of
know.
them already made a formal, application, and another seven are informally talking about it. So yeah, if they get together and decide they're gonna trade among these major nations without using dollars, that could be tenuous for the U.S.
Well, your economy has successfully moved to a basic service economy, and with
Mhm.
technology, leading the way, and keeping it up, lifting it up, keeping all the boats lifted up, so to speak. And they don't. You're not in an industrial country really now anymore, and you're not. You are trades, because that's
Mhm.
all labor sensitive, but the labor isn't with industry like it was in the last 70 years, and that's a good thing. There's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that because people are living longer and less physical strain on the 40 or 50 years they work, and that's about what it is,
Yeah, but
basically
you still
20.
have to compete in the world market. You still got to sell oil. You got to sell your wheat. You got to sell your coal, whatever you produce. And if it's not sold in dollars, then that becomes we're being paid with lesser value. Do you want to be paid in wands? For your oil? I don't think
Well,
so.
the manner in which you're paid, and I think now been proven with COVID in the last 3 4 years, can be virtual. So a
Mhm.
currency is only relevant now for the
Mhm.
black market, which we keep talking about. And
Mhm.
your country is like 1.4 trillion dollars.
Yeah.
There isn't one in China because
Mhm.
they know everything everyone's doing and what they're buying.
Yeah,
They
that's
they
true.
have
Yeah.
control. They have oversight on everyone's bank accounts and
Mhm.
their lives and their social lives and their social networking.
Yeah.
That's not
Mhm.
happened here in either of our countries yet. Yet, I say.
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
that's true.
I I put I
Yeah.
put that
Yeah.
there for a purpose.
That's
Yeah.
true. Well, the Saudis just signed a big deal. I guess I need to spell Arab correctly.
Yeah. That would work.
I was,
That would help.
I'm a writer, so I spot typos pretty quick. So Saudi Arabia's
That's good.
they've cut a major deal
Erebus?
for
Yeah, yeah.
yeah they've cut a major oil deal with China. And Egypt's board of directors said they're on board with doing business with the BRICS Bank
Oh,
that
yeah,
has
like,
been established. Yeah.
what do
So,
you get from Egypt? Sandcastles?
well,
Look, yeah, flying rugs, I don't know.
yeah,
Tea, maybe tea. No, they don't grow
yeah.
that either.
Well, whatever.
So, look,
I think they could probably have some oil and some grain and
right,
stuff.
China's the fifth largest producer of oil in the world.
Yeah.
So let's
Mhm.
not forget that. And they're still importing a
Mhm.
massive amount. So let's not forget that.
Mhm.
World's daily consumption of oil is 99 99,700,000 barrels a day. And,
Mhm.
that's down from 99,900,000 barrels in 2019. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
there's not a vast
mhm,
increase in the use of oil or a decrease as much
mhm,
as the woke,
mhm.
liberals of your country, mine, and other countries would like to tell you. The use of oil is going to be about the same. Saudi Arabia
Mhm.
making a deal with with uh, Russia, or I mean China.
China, yeah.
It's just a
Mhm.
shorter trip,
Mhm. Yeah,
than for their
much
sticky
shorter.
oil, much shorter trip than their sticky oil to the Texas
Mhm.
refineries.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
all it is.
Mhm.
But they're in on the deal,
Yeah.
so they're
But
trying to
the
vertically integrate with the
yeah.
oil they have left.
Mhm.
They pretty well pumped it dry, and as I've said before, and I'll say again, 85% of all the oil ever discovered in Saudi Arabia is still in the ground.
Yeah,
But
that's
they've
true.
done really well for 70 years, getting 15% of the oil out of the ground they got. So,
Yeah. No,
yeah, so
they got a ways to go. Well, the
yeah.
other problem is, Shane, and you just hit on it, that the United States is going green, whatever, it gets more stupid by the day.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to slow down. That's not lost on China or Russia. They're going to keep pumping oil out. So Saudi Arabia, they're going to fight fossil fuels. The demise of fossil fuels right and left.
Well, yeah,
And
your Defense Department comes out and says today, by 2030, the
yeah,
entire military fleet will be converted to electric. Yeah,
yeah, right,
electric tanks
yeah,
on
right,
the battlefield.
yeah. That's going to be
This is
good.
good. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
instead of 15 minutes fill up with diesel while you're still firing the tank,
right. Yeah,
you got to find some place off the battlefield to plug into, right? Like
yeah.
so.
Well, no,
Yeah,
you'll have 10 tanks followed by 50 charging trucks.
yeah, right. Yeah, yeah,
That's
sure.
what
Yeah,
you'll have.
with giant solar panels on them
Yeah,
that no one can see.
yeah, right. So that'll be what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that invisible quota will be required.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, getting back to this BRICS thing, this 20, 30 countries want to join up with these guys and use their own currencies to prop up their own economies. But one of the problems is that some of these countries fear that I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Or smaller nations would be a risk of Chinese dominance. If too many Chinese allies join this BRICS movement, then some of these smaller countries might be shut out.
Well, again, it's a matter of trade and who we're talking about and size.
Yeah, but these other countries, they need trade to maintain their individual economies. And if China's dominant, then they have no say in what prices of anything are, and their economies would suffer.
Absolutely, they'll suffer because
Yeah.
the Chinese will do to them the
Yeah.
same thing that Russia's tried to do to Europe,
Hmm.
this last
Hmm.
couple of years, and we shouldn't be surprised. Why would we
Hmm.
be, unless for some reason we think that uh, people are going to start deciding to be, a
Yeah.
democratic
Hmm.
republic like we are.
Sure.
You've tried it in two countries, Iraq. You tried it in Afghanistan, and it didn't work. You
Hmm.
took two situations that have been tribal for tens of thousands of years and
Hmm.
still want to remain tribal. It's
Yeah.
like the people in the United States that still vote Democrat. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a tribal world, you know.
Apparently.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
just so incredible. You wonder why the same people keep voting for the same people. Well,
Yeah.
you just have to look at the. It
It's a
didn't
mystery to
work.
me, but I don't
It
know.
doesn't
Anyway.
work in other countries.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, countries fear U.S. sanctions. That's another thing that people are ready to dismiss the dollar as the world currency. They want an alternative because they've seen what we've done sanctions on Iran, we've done sanctions on Iraq, we did sanctions on Russia, some on China, and
To what end?
they're looking
Yeah, but
around.
to what end? It didn't. It nothing. It didn't change anything.
Well, I understand that,
I mean,
but
I mean, I understand you're arguing about.
mhm,
I'm a country and I don't want to be
yeah,
sanctioned by the U.S. But the other side of it is
mhm,
they go, well, they've sanctioned the biggest guys. Their biggest competitors in the world, and it hasn't changed their economies.
Yeah,
I don't think.
but it could change a smaller economy. It could very definitely change a smaller economy.
I guess it depends on whether Costco is going to carry your candles or not. Right?
Well, there's more than that to it, I think.
No,
I mean, don't dismiss it out of hand, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
That's
Well,
my sarcasm.
Walmart will leave like they're leaving San Francisco and Chicago and everywhere else that's out there. So, well, anyway, they got a big meeting scheduled in June in Cape Town, Shane. All these countries are going to get together and they're going to make some kind of a decision about how are they going to handle currencies, how they're going to handle trade. What currencies are they going to use? Are they going to use the dollar? Are they going to trade back and forth?
Well, they got to come up with it.
Yeah, that's what they're going to decide. Yeah, that's what they're going to decide.
Yeah, they got to come up with a system.
Well, that's what they want to do, and that's why this is kind of a danger. The problem I've always had, the reason the dollar is the reserve currency in the world is because we're the only government in the world you can trust. How many governments has Italy had in the last 50 years?
64.
Yeah.
Since 1949, Italy is, I keep count because it's so incredible. 64 governments.
Yeah.
Belgium,
yeah.
Belgium, with 6 different languages,
yeah.
They haven't had a stable government in 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, this is happening.
And that's where the EU keeps their money.
Oh, I know.
It's in Belgium. So
that's right. Yeah.
I mean,
hey, look at Amsterdam. Amsterdam's going down because the farmers have shut it down.
Yeah.
France, the millennials have shut it down because their president wants to raise the retirement age to 62 from 60. I mean, this is it. The scent of the world is not what you think it is.
Well, there you are. Yeah. Well,
I don't mean that. I don't mean that in dollars either.
I know. Well, instead of us worrying about our economy, we're worried that our kids can't play cowboys and Indians anymore, but a man can be a woman. So
there you go.
Make that work.
and again, that's a perfect example because it's like 1/10 of 1% of your population. But that's like 1.6 million people we found out. And so that's enough to change an election. So if they're dependable and they have expendable income, both of which they have, then you want to sort of get them on your side.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this in a future podcast because the number of people who are claiming they're not the sex they are keeps increasing, Shane, year by year. So we need to talk. We'll talk about that.
I've fallen into that group because now I identify as an old man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I identify myself.
Yeah. Well,
old man.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to identify as 35 and run for president maybe in 2024.
Oh no, you'll be past your prime.
Well, that's true. Yeah. According to Don Lemon, I'm out of touch.
Yes,
so that's where it is.
But it's interesting because I do think that your dollar, as the topic of the conversation, has shown an amazing resilience. But a lot of that has to do also with the nature of banking in our countries, like you were saying, as far as people can feel they can trust, and that there's that it's transparent. Plus, to the capital markets. The capital markets may exist all over the world in other countries, but they're really not free. They're mostly they're mostly oligarchs, which everyone wants to accuse the United States of. But the best capitalistic countries in the world are the U.S., Canada, Australia, Norway, Sweden, Britain, Germany, Italy, France to a large degree, and some of the lower lands in Europe. But those are the primary winners of the game right now. And if China wants to change the rules, and Russia wants to change the rules, it's like we say, if the transgender want to compete, have a third lane.
Yeah.
male, female, and transgender. Right?
Yeah.
But
Well, you
they
have to
know,
have four.
but they know. Look, women's
You'd have to have a
basketball.
fourth lane. You'd have to have
What
four
would the
lanes.
fourth lane be?
Well, you've got men competing as women and women competing as men.
No, they'd all compete together. They're all transgender. Transgender's
No, they
transgender.
won't.
Man, yeah,
They'll bitch about it. They'll
that's
bitch
what they're
about it.
doing now. No, that's what they're doing now.
Okay.
No,
Well, we'll
you
talk
can't
about
say
this.
no.
We'll talk about this in another podcast.
So when it comes to money,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason here for this too, is that look, sports is a huge industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, not just in our world, but around the
Yeah.
world. Football here is different than
Yeah.
football elsewhere, but those are the two primary sports in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is look at the stadium, the billion-dollar stadiums they build.
Oh yeah.
And fill, for anywhere from 16 to 30 games, right? A year.
Oh, yeah.
They only fill them like the US.
Yeah.
They fill the stadiums for football 18 days a year. 18 days.
Yeah.
For $1 billion stadium and a multi-billion-dollar team. So
yeah,
we have to put it in some perspective as it is actually being experienced. And that is crazy.
There you go. Well, it certainly is. Hey, I need to remind everybody we're on radio this coming Saturday and every Saturday, 8 to 11 Mountain Time. You want to listen to us at kmmsam.com. Excuse me. All you got to do is click listen now. You can listen anywhere in the world. There's no sign up. There's nothing to join. No personal information is needed. You can call us. You can text us. We are on the air for you.
But I want
Saturday.
as much personal information about those lovely ladies out there.
Well, that's true. Yeah. If you're single and desperate, Shane wants to know.
Yeah.
There you go. So, and don't forget our past.
This isn't just a date. This is not a dating site. It's a meeting site. Okay?
Yeah, right. So Tom and Shane past shows at kmmsam.com. Also, you can click on Tom and Shane podcast and you'll be taken over to a link to any of our past shows, audio and video. Our radio shows are there. Our text shows are there as well. And our YouTube shows also. And John has a closing comment. You're an old man, Shane, but you're 1,000 plus better than Biden. So there you are, Shane. So vote of confidence from John.
And I can still play. Hey, John, I can still play basketball. Amazing.
That's right. Yes, he can. Yeah. He's as long as he doesn't get past the free throw line, he's okay.
No. I just sit on Tom's shoulders. I mean,
that's it. That's all you got to do. So that makes it. That'll make it pretty easy. So, all right. Reminder: we're here every Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. If you look at the crawl going across the screen at the bottom, it's got our radio show there and how to get there. So take advantage of that. The other thing we would really like for you to do is subscribe and ring the notification bell. We've got some new subscribers. We're so thankful for you guys. We really appreciate it. Ring the notification bell. You'll always be notified when we're on, no matter what time zone you're in. And like us and leave a comment. Let us know the kind of stuff you'd like for us to talk about. We'd be happy to accommodate that request for you. So
anytime,
anywhere. Don't forget radio,
but only in the afternoon. Not not
right,
at night.
Yeah. You can contact us anytime.
Or early morning on Saturday. Yeah,
24/7. 24/7. We're available. So all right.
Okay.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We really appreciate you guys very much. Subscribe, ring the notification bell, like us, leave a comment, and we will see you on radio. Talk to you on radio on Saturday, 8 to 11, and we will see you on our next podcast on whenever that is, Tuesday. Well, bye for now.